Well, the Dallas Mavericks defeated the LA Clippers 114 to 101. Mm, mm, mm. This was my team. This was my pick to go to the NBA championship. Hmm. Why did they lose? And what we gonna do about Kawhi Leonard? Hmm. I'll let y'all know. But first, y'all gotta hear this music.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
Well, the Dallas Mavericks won that first round series against the LA Clippers 4-2 by beating the Clippers in Dallas 114 to 101. Uh, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic just completely dominated this series from game. They just completely dominated this series as a whole. Yesterday, Luka Doncic had 28, 13, and 7 rebounds, and Kyrie was just spectacular. 34 and 6. Just an ultimate duo out there. I love the way that Luka's playing. He was horrible from the 3-point range, though. But the Dallas Mavericks, they deserve to win. They took the life and the soul out of the Clippers in that game 6. After the third quarter, it really was not much doubt. I almost really turned the game off. Um, let's look at the Clippers scoring because this is what I want to talk about. Paul George, 18 points in the closeout game. Paul George, your second best player, but at this point, your best player on the court, 18 points in a game where you either win or you go home. Also, James Harden, 16 points. He had 13 assists, though, 7 rebounds as well. 16 points in 43 minutes in a do or die game. This is more of the same for James Harden. And I've been the one to give him credit for the last couple postseasons where he got you a couple games, especially in Philadelphia. I think he got you 2 games. You just need the other guy to come in and help on the rest of the games. I think James Harden, you let me down this last game. 20 from Norman Powell, 17 from Zubac. That's what you expect from Zubac. That's what you probably could get from Norman Powell. But Russell Westbrook, bro, he needs to retire. To tell you the truth, he did not. That did not look great. That's the first time I watched Russell Westbrook play and be like, oh man, it must be some truth to what everybody been saying. It's almost coming to the end of the road, bro. Boys to men, bro. Russell Westbrook. Boys to men. Um, but let's let the cat out the bag. Let's get to the elephant in the room. Most NBA enthusiasts or LA Clipper fans will be like, we blame this shit on Kawhi Leonard. And how could you blame him? Once yet again, at the end of the season, the postseason, where it all counts, where you got all your chips in the middle of the table, Kawhi Leonard is nowhere to be seen. He actually tried, though, in this series. He tried 2 games. He did not even look 30% to me. He didn't look 30%. So I get why they set him for the rest of the season. Maybe he could have played second round. Maybe he could. Maybe he could play second round. Maybe he couldn't have played second round. But we'll never know because they got their ass bounced. But when you built this team, I think the Clippers built this team with the logic that this might happen to Kawhi Leonard because it has been happening. And I think that you got you some great, great ancillary players to make up the difference, per se, in James Harden and Paul George. But when your guys that you come in here to mend the fences, to bridge the gap until you can get you a healthy Kawhi Leonard didn't perform, then what are you going to do? You don't go into a season saying this season is dependent on this one guy's health. I think they made up for that by having Paul George and James Harden. They picked up James Harden last season. James Harden has averaged 30, 35, 37 points in this league. Paul George is one of the premier scorers and players in this league. And we've seen this kind of failure from both of these players during the past in the postseason from James Harden and Paul George. Remember OKC days with Paul George, him and Russell Westbrook. You remember James Harden with them Houston days? You remember James Harden in them Brooklyn days? This is what we seen normally. It's too hard. We're not going to try. It's too hard. We can't do it. You got the talent to do it, but it's too hard. You don't want to overexert yourself. But let's talk about Kawhi Leonard, and he needs to think about retirement. Kawhi Leonard is 23 years old. When he's on, he's a top 3, maybe top 5 player in this league. No doubt. He can do everything you want him to do on a basketball court. And I don't mean everything offensively. I mean everything offensively and defensively when he's on the court. That's a fair argument when he's on the court. The LA Clippers were trying to win the championship this year. They're trying to win the championship year. And I will be honest, they was not going to win that championship without Paul George. But can you win the first round? Can you win the first round against the Dallas Mavericks? Dallas Mavericks look very good. Can you win a first round with against the Dallas Mavericks? Yes. You should have. You should have been able to win a first round matchup without Kawhi Leonard. You won 2 games. Could have won 2 more. Got PJ Tucker, Nick Zubac. You got Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Russell Westbrook. Got a Mason Plumlee. You got a decent team. Scores everywhere. It's a shame. That's what teammates are about. What happened to the next man up type of attitude? Is that going, by the way, with hot dogs? We can't eat hot dogs. There's no next man up neither. So it is what it is with Kawhi Leonard. You getting this narrative. It's actual fact. It's a factual narrative now that when you need him, he's not there. But no fault of his own. He's not asking to get injured. He's not asking to miss postseason games. Y'all act like he could control this. He cannot control it. If he's hurt, he cannot play. A hurt Kawhi, as you've seen in those 2 games that he played, is holding the team back. They lost both of those games. He didn't play the last game, but they lost that one as well. Kawhi Leonard tried to come back at 30%, and it was hurting the team, bro. So he had to sit out. If he didn't get any better before game 6, you sit your ass out again. This is do or die. We can't babysit you in a game where it's life or death, even though they didn't play like it was life or death. Now let's look to the future. The LA Clippers will be moving into a new arena next year. A new one. You know they want to fill it. It's going to be state of the art. I heard the toilet's going to talk to you, all type of shit. Do you think that they're going to let Kawhi Leonard retire next year when they got to draw fans in the seats? Do you think they're going to let James Harden walk away when they got to put people in them seats? Do you think they're going to let Paul George walk away and they got to put people in them seats? You got a new arena. You need a great product to sell. And the LA Clippers, without Kawhi Leonard as a product, your new venture will fail. Are you telling me that the Clipper fans will come out, that they'll fill that arena, new arena, state of the art, with not a great product on the court? And a great product is a product with Kawhi Leonard. Let's get to Kawhi Leonard. Let's look up his stats for the season, y'all. Let's look up Kawhi Leonard's stats for the season. It's time for him to retire. That's blasphemy. What are you talking about? This kid is 32 years old. He averaged 24 points a game, shot 53% from the field. I want y'all to think about that right now. A wing player shooting 53% of the field. That ain't LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard. Let me know. 42% from three. He's solid in all aspects of basketball. He don't push a button and say, I'm going to be hurt for the playoffs. They need me now. Let me push a button and be hurt. It just happens. I know the frustration. I know you angry. But it don't matter when it comes to business and special talent. This is a business. You need people to fill the seats. And he is a special talent. Top 5, top 3 player in this league when he right. 2 steals, 1 block per game for Kawhi Leonard. Y'all talk about him, he retired? Kawhi Leonard still got business to handle in this NBA. And it's coming. Just the worst of luck. You can't cry about it. It is what it is. The basketball gods say you're going to be injured, you're going to be injured. What can you do? But this has just been a quick video. Man, don't retire Kawhi. We want to see some greatness from Kawhi. And I think we just got to show a little bit more patience. If you're done, you're tired waiting on him, I understand. But let's just see what happens in the future with Kawhi Leonard. This has been another video from NBA Central. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one for sure.
Thank you for tuning in to the #1 place for your basketball.